Hey, good morning, ladies, and welcome to the 1st of September. And yeah, this is quite an early morning call. It's 6:45 or 6:47 a.m. now. And I just thought this would be a really good way to kind of rally the troops, get you all excited for the next few months, especially because for most of you, the summer's gone, right? Unfortunately, I know some of you've still got summer holidays and things coming up, but I thought it'd be a really good time for us to kind of, re-engage. Most of you will have that have children will be having kids go back to school this week. Maybe even things work will change as well if you've got colleagues that have been away, holidays have been in, and everything kind of gets back together again. So it's almost like another second new year, right? It's almost day one. It's almost like 1st of January has come back round again because, yeah, forget summer. I know it's technically still here, but summer has gone, right? We're now moving into autumn, and this also means that the distractions might be gone as well. So this month and September is almost like a month of structure. So, what I want you to do is take yourself or your mind back to the beginning of this year and think about why you started this journey. Like, what was the reasons? For some of you that were in the program in January, you, again, girls that were not, maybe you want to go back and watch the New Year video, or just take your mind back to the New Year video and just thinking about some of the goal setting we did for the year ahead. So, thinking about why you're here, what do you want to achieve by Christmas? What do you want to feel on the 31st of December? And it all sounds very scary, right? So it's really about trying to anchor where you are right now and anchoring it back to your personal goals and where you want to be in the next 3 or 4 months now. September, October, November, December. Yeah, 4 months. Crikey. And so, one of the things I want you to kind of think about is I know that we get this thing where we go, oh my God, I need to be more motivated and I need, to apply consistency. I actually want you to try and think about this word and take it forward and think about discipline and think about how discipline is the thing that, along with self respect, so if discipline equals self respect, that's the thing that's going to carry you forward rather than thinking about motivation, because motivation is a myth. Motivation comes and goes. And yeah, when we're thinking about success, this comes from taking ownership and showing up and just trusting the process. So some of the things that we can do moving forward is obviously I'm your coach and I have to often play good cop and bad cop. And when it comes to that and understanding what that actually means. So, yes, when I am good cop, I am compassionate and supportive. I get it when life is busy and we can adapt things the way that we need. And ultimately, we are a team, right? We've got this lovely, wonderful WhatsApp community. We've also got an event coming up on the 14th of September. For those of you that have just joined the program, I will share some more information on that. But we'll be having a little meetup, or a little get together, all getting together and yeah, talking about fitness and networking and all of the best, the good stuff. And then when I'm bad cop, right? Again, this is even you thinking about yourself, having a good cop and a bad cop internally. When you're thinking about results, these require effort. You can't expect a half committed action and expect change. You do have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. When you've got comfort zones and things are like really easy, these are not going to create transformation. It's not just about ticking boxes all the time. Like, albeit I know again, like I said, we understand that life gets busy, but you've got to put the effort in. And so it's doing things like, taking your check-ins, your workouts, and massively important, your nutrition seriously. But yeah, because this is your journey, right? And you want the outcome. You want the next 3 or 4 months to go like amazing. You've got to put the effort in. And again, when it comes to nutrition, this is probably one of the heaviest pillars that you need to kind of lean into. Here we go. We've got another attendee. I will be putting this back up as a recording so you can watch back anyway. So what I want you to think from now is 30 days from now, what do you want to achieve in the next 30 days and how are you going to show up? 30 days, September has 30 days, so it's a perfect month to kind of think about this as well. But really thinking about what actions you need to take in September and what's going to help you in 30 days' time go, do you know what? I'm really proud of what I've achieved and what I've committed to as well. And this is it. 30 days from now, it's tracking your nutrition, it's ensuring that you do those weekly check-ins, it's making sure that you commit to those workouts that you've got in the calendar. So I just want to kind of do a little, again, a reframe on why the check-ins and sort of our relationship is really important as well, and just sort of piecing this all together. So make sure you get your check-ins on times. Check-ins are Thursdays. I am quite nice with that I can be flexible again if something's happened, but you know, ideally the check-in process, you've got a form there, you've got metrics, photos, that sort of thing. There will be time that you can do all of those bits over the course of Thursday at some point. Again, if you're doing your form, for example, it could just be sitting down for five or 10 minutes and just going through that. Okay. And yeah, be honest because this is the stuff that's going to help me better. And I've had ladies on this program that literally go ghost, they disappear, and it doesn't matter how many times I message them, they just don't. Or I've even picked up the phone to say hello, hi, and it's actually having that communication and it's being honest. You have to really look at yourself in the mirror on this journey and go, what am I doing? I need to show up. Okay. There's going to be ups and downs and we're not looking at perfection, but it's consistent progress. You've got to keep moving that needle along. And again, for me, knowing more of what's going on, this is why you will have noticed, definitely over the last few months with your check-ins, that the questions are centered around the time of the month or maybe even the season itself, where we're kind of heading towards as well. They try and get you thinking about things rather than it just being, oh yeah, I did four workouts and I did this and I did that. Just actually really framing it about, how we're looking at each stage and phase as we move forward. But yeah, and ultimately this program, and when it comes to accountability, it's going to work if you work for it, right? So you've got to commit to doing your best, even on those tough days. So an example of this might be when you've got your step goal and you'll always have like a step minimum, like no matter what, this is going to be the floor. You're not going to let your step goal, let's say, for example, sit at like 2K. And when it's normally you're shooting for 12, you've got to have a minimum that's, kind of sets the standard that if you've had a shit day, this is where I'm going to sit. So if you've been hitting 12K steps a day and that's your goal and your target, it might be that your floor in that respect is like 8K. Okay. And then when it comes to, again, feedback between us, I'm here to kind of guide and tweak things within your program, but I need your input. So we really, really need to make sure that we're staying on track. All right. So I'm not going to keep you long on this call. I did promise you it was only going to be like 15 minutes. But yeah, this is your September. Okay. So your new beginning. And when you finish this call at some point this morning, I'd love for you to just drop into the chat in the WhatsApp group and just tell us one key area that you're going to focus on this week. Okay, so some way that you're going to start and you're going to focus on it might be like, focusing on your sleep first. It might be training with more intention. It might be doing a little meal preparation. We're not looking at 16 boxes prepped and packed all at once. We're just thinking about a few key things that you can do in advance. Tracking in advance. Again, maybe even having a few ideas about what you're going to have over the next 2 or 3 days. And yeah, maybe even just thinking about your mindset and how you talk to yourself, how you kind of talk to yourself, communicate with yourself, and give yourself positive words, right? So the main thing is if you want something you've never had, right, you must be willing to do something you've never done. So for some of you, this might be letting go of things in your life that are no longer serving you. And it's not forever. It's maybe even trying to do it for the next 30 days for a season, right? Showing up when it's hard, asking for help when you're struggling, and actually celebrating every small win because all of these things add up. So when I tell you things at the end of your, at the end of your check-in and it says go and share your wins, or I might say to you Wednesday wins. So Wednesday's always going to be Wednesday wins. Tell us something small. It could be absolutely anything. It's all going to add up and it just helps us all feel like we're not in this alone. And I think if you share something small, you might inspire someone else to actually go, do you know what, maybe I should go and celebrate that thing because maybe that's your small win is a big deal to them. And this one I cannot run home enough, but yeah, talk kindly to yourself because words are spells. All right. So again, yeah, this week's focus, you're going to start strong by mastering the basics, set the tone for your journey with structure, the accountability between us, consistency, laying the groundwork for that long-term result. So clear goals and expectations. Again, have a moment to kind of think about this at some point today or this week if it's hectic today. But drop this in to our personal chat. Make sure that you are doing these progress tracking bits this week as well. So photos, your measurements, your metrics on Thursday. Taking ownership and logging your nutrition and workout. So again, I've had conversations with some of you where you tell me, oh, my nutrition's not working, or this isn't, I'm eating healthy, or this is going. And then when we have a look at your diaries, there's like no journaling, there's no tracking, there's nothing. There's nothing in there. There's no reporting for you to tell me what you're doing in order for us to know what to change. So it's really important that we get that down. But yeah, that's kind of it for me. It's not about just kind of like using this month and just gliding back in, but maybe even using September to kind of push you further and yeah, propel you forward into towards the next 3 or 4 months, get you the outcome that you're going to be proud of at the end of this month in the next 30 days, doing the same thing for 30 days, not doing it for 5 days or 10 days and going, why has nothing changed? Actually committing to 30 days of full on consistency, no matter what. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed this 6:45 a.m. call. I'm definitely going to go and grab myself a coffee now. Hope you'll have a wonderful start to the day, to September, to the week. And yeah, we'll see you here next time.